29 is an equation that defines a circle in the xy plane. What are the coordinates of the center of the circle? Well, now here's an equation of a circle. But really, we're used to seeing this, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared, where h comma k is the center. Okay? So I need to make that equation look like h minus k squared plus y minus k squared. Well, I can do a thing called completing the square, right? Which is an interesting thing. So if I take x squared, right, plus 20x, remember that when we complete the square for a quadratic, we take that b term and we divide it by 2 and then we square that, right? So what's 1/2 of 20? 10. And then what's 10 squared? 100. I'm actually going to write this down here because I'm going to need a little bit of space. So I'm going to say x squared plus 20x. All right, and then I'm going to add something here. And then I'm going to say y squared, that's a positive y squared, plus 16y, and then I'm going to add something here. And then over here I have negative 20. Okay? So if I take 1/2 of 20, which is 10, and I square it, I'm going to add 100 here. Now whatever I do on one side of the equal sign, I have to do on the other side of this equal sign. Okay? And then over here, 1/2 of 16 is what? 8. And 8 squared is what?
64.
64, yep. Now, I'm going to add 64 on this side. Whatever I do on one side, I've got to do on the other. Now, when I add all that up, here's the cool thing by completing the square. First, let's figure out what the constant on the right side of the equal sign is. So I start with negative 20 plus 100 plus 64, and that gives me 144. Oh, wow, that's no accident. So all this equals, and I'm just going to draw a little line here. All of this equals 144. Okay? But now this is a perfect square. And this is a perfect square. This is actually x plus 10 squared. Right? Remember that from completing the square? And if you don't believe me, we'll just double check that real quick. Over here, I'm going to draw my little grid. And I'm going to say x times x is x squared. And put my 10 here, put my 10 here. That gives me 100 when I multiply 10 by 10. Then I'm going to multiply the row by column. This gives me 10x. This gives me 10x. I have 10x plus 10x. So when I combine like terms, which gives me my 20x. So that whole thing is 10x. The quantity 10 plus, or, I'm sorry, x plus 10 squared. I'm saying the wrong thing, but I'm writing the right thing down. Plus y. Now what do you think I should plug in there? Y plus what? Y plus what? Yeah. Y plus 8. Very good. All right. So I get y plus 8 squared is equal to 144. So now what they asked us is what is the center? Well, I said the center was h and k. But remember, our original formula has this minus sign. So h and k is actually, in other words, h is actually negative 10, right? Because it's the opposite. When you minus a minus, you get a plus. And the same with the 8. So it's minus 10 comma minus 8. See how we did that? Because if I plug negative 10 into this formula, which has a negative sign, the minus, and the minus becomes a positive 10. Does that make sense?